Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Nicole Osinga and I'm a registered dietitian that focuses a lot on plant-based eating and meal prepping. So in today's meal prep, we are going to be talking about game day plant-based snacks. Even if you aren't plant-based, I do encourage you to try them out. You may be surprised. All right, let's dive into it. Alright, so the first recipe we're going to dive into is a plant-based spinach dip. So for this spinach dip, we're actually making it out of cashews. So what I've done is I've actually boiled cashews in some water on the stovetop for about 10 minutes just to sort of soak them and just make them creamy. Also adding in some nutritional yeast, garlic powder, apple cider vinegar, and almond milk. So I'm just going to put that in my food processor and blending that until smooth. You could also use a blender, of course. And then I'm adding that into this casserole dish here. And then I'm gonna be adding in some frozen spinach that I've just zapped in the microwave for a few minutes. That's just so, I can sort of mix it in fairly evenly without having to sort of manage big chunks of frozen spinach. So I'm popping that into the oven at 400 Fahrenheit for 10 minutes, covered with tin foil, and then I'm just removing the tin foil for the next 10 minutes. So look at that, it looks so good. The next recipe I'm going to be showing you today are these buffalo cauliflower wings. So first you're starting with about a half a large head of cauliflower, just the florets. I'm just spraying them with a bit of spray oil that just sort of helps the breading that we're going to add to its stick. So the breading I'm going to be adding is a mixture of almond flour, garlic powder, a little bit of milk, some breadcrumbs, and that's it. So I'm just adding that to the cauliflower in a big bowl here. And then once all those ingredients are added, I'm going to be putting that on a baking sheet and baking that in the oven at 425. I'm baking that in the oven for about 25 minutes, and then once that's been in the oven for 25 minutes, I'm just combining a bit of melted plant-based butter spread and half a cup of buffalo sauce or any kind of hot sauce, and just spreading that on the roasted cauliflower, and then I'm popping that back in the oven for another 10-15 minutes. Alright, the next recipe I'm making here are these crispy tofu sticks. So what I'm doing is I'm just slicing up a block of extra firm tofu that I pressed for about 20 minutes. I press it just to get that extra moisture out and ensure that it is quite firm. And the next thing I'm doing now is I'm mixing up a bowl of breadcrumb or flour mixture, which is just almond meal, breadcrumbs, an all-purpose flour, garlic powder, and whatever spices you like. Also some nutritional yeast in there. I'm adding chili powder, and then also some oregano and basil. And then once that flour mixture is already made up, I'm going to be also just putting almond milk in a separate bowl. And then I'm going to be dipping those tofu sticks into the almond milk bowl first, and then into the breadcrumb bowl afterwards. And then what I'm going to be doing is laying that on a baking sheet, and once that's all done, I'm going to be popping that into the oven at 425 for 25 minutes. And then once it's done in the oven after 25 minutes, I'm going to be putting some marinara sauce on top of all the tofu sticks and then popping that back in the oven for another 15 minutes. And that's it. That's all you do. Enjoy this recipe. All right, well, thank you so much for checking out these game day snacks with me, and head on over to my website, nicolesinga.com, to grab the full recipes, and definitely subscribe for more meal prep videos. Thank you. Bye, everyone.